Good morning. We're all set. Let's come on and take a seat. We're at a really special time of the year at this point, guys, because we're at the transition from late winter to early spring, and we also just had a full moon and the vernal equinox. So if you feel like your energies are shifting, well, it's exactly what is supposed to be happening at the moment. So what's great about when we do this practice of yoga is that it really helps us to tune into what's going on in our bodies so that we can give ourselves what we need at these times when things start to change up. So if it's a walk that you need, which I just had in the morning, if it's salad, as opposed to grains that you need, you can sense within yourself when things start to change. And I love doing yoga because it helps us be receptive to these kinds of changes. So as we go through these transitions, I hope you guys just take time to notice where your energy is at and just give yourself what you need. So for today's practice as well, I'm asking that you really be kind, and if something doesn't feel good in your body, then do something else. Sit down, take a rest, or find a posture that feels good for you. If you have some blocks, I'll use mine at times when I remember to show you guys how you can support your practice. All right, so we're here, we find ourselves on our mats, and we're gonna go ahead and come into a wide-legged seat. So let's take the feet out as wide as we can in a comfortable position. Go ahead and sit up on a cushion if you've got one, okay? Sometimes it can be difficult for our spine to stay nice and lifted. So go ahead and place a cushion underneath your tailbone. Give yourself a little bit of support. Lift your hips up so you can let your legs really lengthen. Now from here, let's see if we can draw the toes towards the face. So start to flex the feet here. If you want to go ahead and wriggle the toes a little bit and just start to feel into the legs. See if you can lengthen the legs so much that you can feel the backs of the legs start to really ground down into the earth. And see if you can lengthen up along the spine, thinking about reaching the crown of the head all the way up to the ceiling. Now relaxing those shoulders away from the ears, we expand across the collarbone, lift the chest, and let's start to deepen our breath here. If you want to go ahead and close down the eyes, we'll spend just a few moments just connecting with our breath. So maybe that entails lengthening the inhale and extending the exhale. Maybe that entails making the breath a little bit more audible, letting out a few sighs if that feels good for you. Or you can go ahead and even place your hands on your belly and just become aware of how the breath inflates the belly on the inhale, and then how the navel draws back to the spine on the exhale. So already in this way, we become a little bit more finely aware of our energy, where our breath is at today. Taking some deep breaths in here. Now, as you're ready, go ahead and allow your hands to come behind you with the fingers pointing behind you. So palms to the ground, fingers pointing back, and we're just going to roll the shoulders back and lift the chest. See if you can lift your heart up towards the ceiling, and then slowly begin to start to lift your gaze up as well, feeling a little bit of stretch in the neck, opening up the throat. One more big breath. Exhale, let it go, coming back to the center. This time we're going to walk our hands forward, and it's a good time if you want to use your blocks to bring them on in. You can bring the blocks in front of you. Place your hands and your forearms down on the ground and just fold the torso forward, releasing the head down, allowing the upper back to round, and just breathing into the back of the rib cage here. Taking some nice deep breaths in As you're ready, you can begin to press back up, pressing into the hands and lifting the torso. We'll bring the right arm down towards the right leg, and we're going to come in for a side body stretch. So place the forearm down on the ground to the inside of the leg if it reaches there. Otherwise, you can just place your hand down. And then go ahead and inhale the left arm up. And if it feels okay for you, reach it on over, allowing the whole left side of the body to stretch from the hip out through the fingers. And then try and open up the chest. So rather than allowing your chest to round down, see if you can lift that heart up towards the ceiling. Oh, that's great, Beth. Beautiful. Stay right there. Take some deep breaths in. Feeling that expansion across the side body, feeling that length. One more big inhale. And we'll rise back up to center. And coming onto the left side, so placing the left arm to the inside of the leg. You can also use that left arm to push into the leg, which will help you open that chest a little bit more. So go ahead and reach the arm up and over when you're ready. If you push the left arm into the leg, you can almost rotate your chest a little bit more open. Now go and glue those hips down to the ground. Sits bones are anchored, and you're reaching from the hip out through the fingers, opening the chest up towards the ceiling. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale back to center and shake it out. Good work, guys. Okay, we're going to release that hold, that seat, and we're going to come onto all fours. So as you're ready, slowly make yourself into a tabletop by placing the shoulders over the wrists, spreading the hands on the ground, and the knees are going to come right under the hips. Make sure there's a space between the knees here. And we're just going to come in for a few cat-cows. So dropping the belly, we lift the gaze and lift the tailbone, stretching the spine, and then exhaling and rounding the spine, back of the heart draws up, pressing into the palms. Again, inhaling, making this cow shape, opening the heart forward, exhaling and rounding into cat. Now moving with your own breath, see if you can find your own flow, your own rhythm here, as we lengthen and stretch the spine. So much energy running up and down our spine. We really need to pay attention to how our spine's feeling. If you want to go ahead and add a little sway, forward and back, shifting forward on the hands. Again, still using the breath here, very mindfully inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. Now next time that you come into your cat pose, see if you can drop your hips all the way back down and then rise back up and come into cow once again. So exhale, draw and lower the hips down, and then inhale, lift back up, pull the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, hips lower to heels, and inhale, lifting back up, drawing the heart forward one more time. Exhaling, lowering the hips, and inhaling, coming back into cow. Good work, everybody. Just finding a little bit of fluidity. We're going to come into our puppy posture. So go ahead and bring your forearms down to the ground, walking the hands slightly forward. You're going to make an 11 shape with your forearms here. And then release the heart and the forehead down to the ground. Now, if this is too intense for your shoulders, you can stay right here. You can just drop the head. Or see if you can walk your hands forward and then allow your heart to come close to the ground here. In this way, you can feel a deep stretch in the upper back, in the shoulders. And see if you can deepen your breath here. Full belly inhales, long exhales. As you're ready, go ahead and press into the forearms, lifting the torso back up. We're going to walk the hands back and send the hips back for child's pose. Taking the knees wide, you can bring the big toes together and allow your belly to come towards the ground here. If you want to place a cushion underneath your belly for extra support, you can do that. Take some deep breaths here as you allow your forehead to descend to the ground. As you're ready, go ahead and press back into the hands, lifting the torso up. We're going to come back into a tabletop position. So again, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Now you can stay here as your first option, or you can come into plank if you'd like by lifting the kneecaps away from the ground and pushing the heels back. If you find that your hips are sinking here, see if you can really push into those feet and extend the heels behind you. Pressing away from the ground, we lift the body away from the earth and we breathe in nice and deep here. Feel the strength in your body as you hold your weight. Nice deep breaths in here. Holding and breathing, we're building a little bit of heat in the body. One more big breath in. Exhale, knees down, push back, child's pose. Stay for a breath. Good work. Coming back, and again, we lift the body up, finding tabletop position, or coming into plank position by lifting those kneecaps away. If this is too much, you can also just drop the knees and come into a half plank. Again, building a little bit more heat as we really invigorate the breath here. So make sure you're breathing in nice and deep, pushing those heels back behind you, lifting the body away from the ground, feeling that strength in the arms and that connection with the ground as you lift away. Deep breaths in, holding and breathing for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Lowering the knees down, we push back into child's pose, staying for a breath here, relaxing the forehead and the chest down towards the ground. Good work. Now from here, we're going to lift the torso back up and get ready to come into downward dog. So go ahead and tuck your toes and begin to lift the knees, peeling the knees away from the ground. You're lifting the hips up towards the ceiling and lengthening the arms. Pressing the chest back toward the top of the thighs. You can keep your knees bent as much as you need to, or you can go ahead and allow your heels to descend towards the earth. Now make any adjustments here that feel good in your body. So if that means that you come onto wrists to protect your fists, or maybe you hold blocks underneath your hands, I'll show you how you can do that as well. So placing blocks on the ground, you can use that for extra support in your downward dog. And we're just going to find a little bit of motion here by bending one knee and the other, working out any kinks in the spine, maybe shifting the hips a little bit left to right, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings, the back of the legs. And then when you're ready, just come to a place of stillness, taking some deep breaths in, visualizing the breath traveling up and down the spine. Good work. As you're ready, bend and lower the knees down towards the ground. You can come back into child's pose, or you can go ahead and come right back into plank with me. So shifting forward, shoulders over wrists, we find our plank. Pulling the navel up to the spine. Again, invoking that heat, that energy to build inside of us. Breathing in nice and deep. Holding, we'll lift away from the ground for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Now as you're ready, we're going to come back into downward dog. So you can take your knees down, come in from child's pose, or go ahead and begin to lift the back of the hips up as you bend your knees. Press the chest toward the top of the thighs and allow your head to relax down. So you can bend the knees as much as you'd like, or you can begin to lengthen the heels down towards the floor. Feeling that energy drawing all the way up the arms, down the shoulders, down the spine, down the back of the legs. Just breathe and hold here. You're doing excellent. Nice deep breaths, everybody. Excellent work. On your next breath, take a big inhale. Bend the knees generously and then walk your feet up towards your hands. Taking tiptoes up, you'll find yourself in a forward fold. Go ahead and spread your feet hip-width distance apart and just allow the torso to hang here. Maybe grabbing for opposite elbows. And finding a little bit of sway side to side. Feeling the lengthening in the back of the legs. And just allowing the breath to calm the heart here. Releasing the hands toward the ground. We'll come in for a halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches out toward the horizon. Lifting, you can keep the fingers on the ground or you can guide them up the shins. Keeping a nice flat back here. Take one more inhale. Exhale and fold. All the way we're going to rise up as you press into the feet. Take a big breath in and lift. Arms are going to reach overhead and the hands come together right back down in front of the heart. Okay, everybody, we're going to begin to build a little bit more heat in our sun salutations. So let's go ahead and start by grounding our breath. Bringing our feet together, toes slightly separated. We'll drop the arms and inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Twice more, just like that. Lengthening up along the spine, reaching through the fingers. Exhale, hands down. And one more time, big breath in here. Exhale, this time you're gonna fold the whole body forward. Coming in for a forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Reaching the crown of the head out toward the horizon. Exhale and fold. You're going to step back with the right leg. Go ahead and lower the knee if you'd like. Or step back with the left and come into a full plank. So knees are up or knees are down. Finding your shoulders over your wrists, we're going to squeeze the elbows in close to the torso and then slowly lower the whole body down towards the ground. Hands are by the rib cage here, and we're going to bring some gentle pressure into the palms as you lift the torso, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. The heart pulls forward, and you feel that squeeze in your lower back. This is your baby cobra. Squeeze the elbows toward one another across the back. Take one more big breath in. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes, keep the knees down or lift them up and press back up into plank. And then push back to downward dog. You can also take child's pose if that feels better for you. Or you come all the way up into your downward dog. Excellent. Take a breath in here. On the exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet up toward the hands. Good work, everybody. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up. Exhaling, hands down through heart center. We're going to move a little bit faster now. So let's inhale, reach on up. Exhale and fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold. Step back into plank or half plank. Shoulders over wrists. Find that strength and then pull the elbows towards the torso as you lower the body down. Hands are by the rib cage. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Lift your kneecaps and press back up into plank. And then push back down to downward dog, lifting the hips. Excellent, beautiful. Come into child's pose if you need a rest. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, walk the feet up toward the hands. Great job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Okay, one more time. Now let's see if we can match the breath to the movement. So one breath, one movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back for plank or half plank. Inhale, hug the elbows in. Exhale, lower the body. Inhale, lift into cobra. Exhale and lower. Tuck your toes. Inhale and press back up to plank. Exhale, push back downward dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet up toward the hands. Beautiful work. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We'll bring the hands to the hips and we're going to step the right leg back. Your feet are on railroad tracks here as we find our crescent lunge. So go ahead and push that heel down and away, lengthening the back leg. We'll square the hips off to the front, and then you can reach the arms overhead when you're nice and ready. Now making sure that your shoulders are stacked over your hips, okay? We'll pull the belly in here. Now, let's see what it feels like if you bend your back knee and then drop the back knee through the center. And then from there, push the heel back behind you. What we're doing there is allowing the tailbone to come right underneath us to lengthen the tailbone so that you can reach all the way up along the spine. Try that one more time. Bend the knee and then push the heel back, lengthening the back leg. Front knee stays over that front ankle. It's okay if you don't feel any changes. Just find your breath here. Feel the strength in your legs. Reach up through the fingers. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and release the hands down toward the mat. We'll place the right hand to the inside of the left foot, and we're going to come in for a twist. So lifting the left arm, we open the body toward the left. Reaching through the left fingers. Try to make sure that this bottom shoulder doesn't come in toward the center. Instead, try and rotate it outward. Taking your gaze up toward the fingers. One more big breath in. Exhale and release. Good job. From here, place your hands down on the ground. Lower the back knee for a half plank or step all the way back for a plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the body, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, walk the feet up toward the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Left leg steps back, finding our crescent lunge. You can bring your hands to your hips if this helps with your balance, or you can go ahead and reach the arms overhead. Front knee over the ankle. Let's see if we can find that length in our spine once again. So bend the back knee. Allow your tailbone to lengthen down toward the ground, and then press the heel back and down, feeling that length in the back of the leg. One more time, bend the back knee, and then lengthen the heel behind you. Beautiful. Reaching through the fingers, pulling that navel in toward the spine. We engage the core. Keep breathing here, everyone. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. We'll place the left hand to the inside of the right foot and come in for a twist. So go ahead, find that lunge. Hands come toward the front foot. And then you open and twist the body towards the right. Reaching through the right fingers. Maybe taking your gaze up. Looking towards the fingertips. Feeling that strength and stability in the legs. One more big breath in. Exhale, release the hand down. And step back into plank. So you can get there by either lowering the back knee and then drawing the knees together, lifting up into plank if that feels good for you, or staying in half plank. Take an inhale, exhale, lower the body. Inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, lift the kneecaps, and press back up into plank. Push back into child's pose or downward dog. Lengthen the heels toward the ground. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet back up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Stepping back with the right leg. Once again, finding that high lunge, your crescent lunge. Reaching out through the fingertips, we press the back heel down and away. If this doesn't feel good on your back leg, go ahead and step it in, okay? Or use a wall or a chair for a little bit of support. Again, making sure your shoulders are over your hips. We reach through the fingertips here. Keep those legs nice and strong. Now we're going to come into warrior three. So if you'd like to take that pose, you're going to bring the hands together and bring the hands in front of the heart. Pressing the palms together, we keep that tension between the palms here as we shift the body forward. We're going to come in for a balance. So begin to shift the weight into the front leg. Draw the back toe in, and if you feel ready, go ahead and lift the back foot behind you. This is our warrior three. Now you can also take the arms out to the side if that feels like it helps you with your balance. You can take your arms back behind you, or you can take your arms overhead. Keeping the spine nice and long, we'll take one more breath in here. Exhale and go ahead and lower that back foot back to the ground and find your crescent lunge once again. Reaching through the fingers. That's it. Lots of strength happening here. Drawing the navel in. One more big breath. Exhale the hands down. Right hand to the inside of the left foot, coming in for a twist. We lift the left arm, reaching through the fingers, taking the gaze up. Big breath in. Exhale and release. Hands frame the front foot. You're going to step back for plank, so you can lower that back knee if that feels better. Coming in for half plank or full plank, hugging the elbows in close. We'll lower the body all the way down. Inhaling into cobra, we roll the shoulders back. How high can you lift that chest? Exhale and lower. Inhale and push back up. Plank position. Exhale, downward dog. Good work, everybody. Big breath in here. Exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Stepping back with the left foot, we find our high lunge once again. Front knee over the ankle. Reaching the arms overhead. Drop that back knee to lengthen the tailbone and then press the back heel away. Good job. Using a chair or a wall for support. Take a big breath in. Now if you'd like to come into warrior three, go ahead and bring the hands in front of the heart. You can bring them to the hips if this helps with your balance as well. Beginning to shift the weight into the front foot. We'll drag those back toes and go ahead and lift the back heel. Lifting the foot away from the ground. You want to create lots of length from the sole of the foot out through the crown of the head. If you'd rather keep your foot on the ground, that's fine. Shifting the weight into the front foot, feeling that strength in that front leg. Maybe taking your arms out, behind you, or overhead. Let's take one more big breath in here. Exhale and gently place that foot back down to the ground. And then find your crescent lunge once again. Reaching through the fingers, breathing in nice and deep. We'll release the hands down toward the front foot. Left hand to the inside and open up for your twist. Beautiful. Opening up that chest, rotating the chest towards the ceiling and taking your gaze up towards the fingers. Big breath in. Exhale, release the hand. Step back for plank. You can lower the back knee if that feels good. Hug the elbows in and lower the body, chaturanga. Inhale into cobra, rolling the shoulders back, pressing down into the pubic bone, lifting up. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, press back up into plank. And exhale, pushing back for downward dog. Lengthening those arms, feel the breath rise all the way up the arms, down the spine. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet back up. Nice work. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Beautiful job. Stay with me, everyone. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back for plank. Hug the elbows in. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale and lower. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and push back up to plank. And then push back for downward dog. Big inhale in. Exhale, bend the knees, walk the feet back up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Good job. Right leg steps back, finding your high lunge once again. We reach the fingers overhead. Now see if you can relax the shoulders away from the ears, making sure this front knee is right over that front ankle. Shoulders over hips. Take a breath in. Exhale. Get ready for warrior three as you bring the hands together in front of the heart. Shifting the body weight forward. We'll drag the back toe in. You can keep the back toe on the ground if that feels good. Or go ahead and lift the foot. Finding lots of length in the back body. Reaching from the heel all the way out through the crown of the head. And choose which arm position you'd like to take. Arms overhead, maybe in an airplane, or right behind you. Feel that strength and stability in the front leg. Now breathe in nice and deep. We're building heat in the body here. You can do this. Hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Gently bring the foot back down toward the ground. Finding your high lunge once again. Opening up across the chest. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Bringing the right hand to the inside of the left foot. Finding your twist. Opening the left arm toward the ceiling. Reaching through the fingers. Take a big inhale. Exhale and lower. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and bring that back foot in, okay? Lengthening the front leg. The back foot is about 2 to 3 feet away from the front foot. A little bit of a space there. Place your hands just slightly ahead of the front foot. And when you're ready, you can begin to descend the nose toward the knee. Finding lots of lengthening in the front leg. If that doesn't feel good for you, you can stay lifted here. Lengthening across the back. Or go ahead and allow your nose to come towards the knee. Breathing in nice and deep. If you're ready, bring a slight bend to the front leg. Start to shift the weight into the front foot. And then go ahead and lift the back leg. Coming in for an L-shaped posture. Your back foot doesn't have to lift very high. It can stay here. Pressing the back heel behind you. We find lots of length in the back of both legs here, allowing the crown of the head to relax down. Take one more big breath. Exhale and lower. Nice work. Now place the hands on the ground. Back knee can lower as you step back for plank or half plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, press back up into plank, and push back for downward dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees and walk the feet back up toward the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. And inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. This time stepping the left leg back. Finding our high lunge. Once again, we reach the arms overhead. Last round through, everybody. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the hands toward the heart center, getting ready for our warrior three. Shifting the weight forward. We drag the back toe in and lift off when you're ready. Making sure you're keeping those hips square to the ground. So trying not to open those and rotating those hips open. It takes you right off balance, really. But keeping those hips nice and square. Looking at a steady spot on the ground. Maybe opening up the arms or reaching them overhead. You can do this. Hold for 4. Breathe. For 3. For 2. And 1. Lowering the back leg. We find that high lunge once again. Front knee over the ankle. Reaching through the fingers. Release the hands down toward the ground. Left hand to the inside of the foot and open up for your twist. Reaching through those right fingers, opening up across the chest. Take your gaze up, big breath in. Exhale, release. Now we're going to bring that back toe, drag it in so that your feet are about 2 or 3 feet apart. And begin to lengthen this front leg. Just a slight bend in the front knee, just to protect the joint. Now, leaving the fingers on the ground, you can reach through the crown of the head, keeping the back flat. Or go ahead and release the nose toward the knee. Finding a deep stretch in the back of the front leg here. Just breathing into it. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and begin to bring the weight into the front foot. Taking the hands slightly forward, we'll lift the back leg, coming in for an L shape. Lots of strength in that front leg, keeping the hips as square as you can, releasing the crown of the head down toward the ground. Just breathe and hold for 4, you've got this. For 3, for 2, and 1. Release the foot back down. Come down into a seat. Gently lengthen those legs in front of you. And shake it out. Good work, everybody. Lots of stretching and strengthening for the hamstrings there. Let's find our staff pose. So lengthening the legs along the ground, we flex the toes toward the face and sit up nice and tall. Again, you can bring a cushion to the tailbone here. Take your hands out towards the side and tent up on the fingertips here. So rather than pressing the palms all the way down, see if you can make tents and push the fingertips down as you lift up. Keeping the spine nice and long. Feeling that engagement in the legs as you flex the toes toward the face. One more big breath in. Exhale, beautiful. From here, we're going to bend the left knee. Place the left sole of the foot on the ground. Now you want to take a fist, okay, and take that fist and put it between your inner thigh and the arch of the foot. That's how much space you want between the leg and the foot, okay? So a little bit of space right there. We'll keep engaging this bottom leg by pulling the toes toward the face. Now from here, we're going to inhale, lift the left arm up, reach the left arm toward the toes, but this time bend the arm back so that it wraps around that leg. Wrap around the leg. I'll show you from the front. So arm up, forward, and then wrap. Come to the inside of the leg. So come to the inside of the knee. That's it. And then wrap the leg backward. Is that accessible? If that's not accessible for you, that's okay. Just bring the arm here and place it down on the ground. Okay? Good work. Now, from here, you're going to continue to flex those toes back toward the face. If you get this arm around the leg, you can go ahead and grab and clasp for the fingers. Little bit of a twist here for the spine. This is called Marichasana. Now from here, if this is enough for you, stay right there. Your body's already twisting and trying to get into a position that's not completely natural. But if you'd like to try, go ahead and allow the body to fold forward gently. Feeling lots of length in the bottom of the leg. Breathing in nice and deep. Whatever challenges arise in these poses in your body throughout the practice, it's okay. Don't judge yourself. Just let it go. Find your breath. One more big inhale. Exhale and release. Good job. We'll move to the other side. So releasing the arm, we'll lengthen the left leg. This time we'll bend the right leg. Place the sole of the foot on the ground. Taking a fist and making sure your foot is a fist distance between the inner thigh. Good. Now inhale, reach the arm up. Reach it forward and then wrap it around if you can. So your tricep is to the inside of that right knee. That's it. Good. And then place your hand on the ground if that's enough. Or come in for a bind, wrapping the arms around the body. Now the key here, lengthen up along the spine. Take a big breath in. Beautiful. Stay or go ahead and begin to descend forward, folding forward gently, keeping those sits bones anchored down on the ground. Breathing into the hips. Just bringing your awareness to your breath, feeling that breath in nice and deep. One more inhale. Exhale and release. Good work. Lengthen both legs. And we're going to take a very gentle passive forward fold, so you can keep the knees bent if you'd like. Allow the legs to extend and then just walk the hands down towards the feet, allowing the upper spine to round if that feels good. And just relaxing forward, pouring the upper body over the legs. Finding some deep breaths in here. With each breath, feeling the expansion in the back of the rib cage. As you're ready, you can go ahead and lift back up. We're going to get ready to come down onto our back. So if you'd like to come with me, keep the legs extended. Reach the arms out. And we'll slowly drop down onto our backs, inch by inch. So taking an inch down, we hold, relaxing the shoulders. Taking another inch down, we breathe and hold, engaging the belly, firing up those abdominal muscles, lowering another inch down, keeping the legs on the ground, feeling that connection with the earth. One more inch maybe, taking a deep breath in, and then allowing your body to relax all the way down to the ground. Finding a Shavasana, your final relaxation pose, your corpse pose. If it feels good for you to keep the knees bent and the feet on the floor, you go ahead and do that. Or place a cushion or a blanket underneath your lower back or underneath your neck. As we relax into constructive rest, we give ourselves permission to release any tension from any areas of the body. So maybe giving yourself a scan, releasing tension in the toes and the feet, releasing tension in the calf muscles and the shins, allowing the knees to relax, allowing your hips to just fall open. Soften your belly. Allow the backs of your shoulders to melt down into the ground. Relax your jaw, and if you'd like to close your eyes down for these final moments, finding any adjustments that you need to make so that you can relax and release tension in the body. If your mind wanders, just let it. Keeping the breath nice and steady. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. Allowing your body to relax deeper and deeper. Feeling the rise of the belly on the inhale. Letting everything go on the exhale. Taking time for your practice is truly a gift. And breathing in deeply is truly a gift for our bodies. You can remain in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. You can end your practice right where you are. Or if you'd like, you can begin to wriggle your toes and fingers, gently bringing some movement back into the body. Maybe inhaling and stretching out nice and long. And then drawing the knees to the chest if it feels good, giving yourself a nice hug. Rocking side to side, maybe massaging the lower back. And then gently coming to rest on one side. Take this really slow. Use your hands to bring yourself back up to a seat, keeping your eyes closed down for these final moments. Finding yourself once more in a seat, either cross-legged, either wide-legged. We'll raise the arms up overhead. We'll visualize gathering all that energy we created, bringing it back into our bodies, into our minds, as we bring our hands toward our heart. And I bow to you and I say namaste.